Dr. McDaniel-Miccio is a visiting professor at the School of Law here in Trinity, and she's Professor of Law at the University of Denver. Thank you, Kris.
Well, I didn't know that I was abnormal without reason and aberrational, but that is the argument that's being made. Let me first thank the people who invited me to come here to speak. I'm an American, and if you can't tell from the accent, I'm from New York. In fact, the senator and I share the same city. Although he was in Brooklyn, I'm from the Bronx, so we never would have gotten along except now. I want to thank you because I support marriage equality. I support marriage equality because of fairness, that the state, the civil society is committed to the equal representation of those couples who are committed to one another. I believe in justice, that it is finally coming to the place where we are righting a wrong that has existed for generations, where people like me, born gay or lesbian, have been treated as less than. We've been told by our religion that we are distorted, and we've been told by the state that we should be separated from others, including in the marriage debate, set up in civil partnership. What I hope to do is to show you the shared experience that we have here, that an ocean may separate us, but the issues are exactly the same in the United States as they are here. The No campaign in the United States is exactly the same as the No campaign here. And so what I'm hoping to do is to take each of the arguments made by No and showing that it is not founded in reason, it is not founded in logic, it is founded in religion and mythology. And it's about time in this debate that we said this. In Colorado, where I moved from New York, there was a constitutional amendment added to the Colorado Constitution that basically said that gays and lesbians who were committed to each other were barred from marrying, and out-of-state marriages that were legal would not be represented or recognized in the state of Colorado. We got civil partnership, just like you here in Ireland. And we got many state rights, but the civil partnership was not equal. Civil partnership also denied to those of us in the United States all of the federal rights that accrue under marriage. And in the United States, there were 1,400 rights given to heterosexual couples who married. So based on heterosexism, the male-female dyad was privileged in tax, in pensions, so that if my spouse died, I could not get her pension. If I died, she could not get mine. We couldn't file as joint married couple. We had to file as single. That was civil partnership. Why did we object to that? Those of us who did in Colorado, those of us who did in Iowa, those of us who do here in Dublin, because it's second-class citizenship. It's literally embedding into your constitution and your state laws secondary status. And as we know painfully in the United States, those individuals who have had secondary status based on their race or their religion or their sexual orientation, it is a place you do not want to be. Well, we decided, my partner and I, to get married, much to my mother's delight. She never thought she would see me get married. I never thought I would get married. Well, I didn't wear a white dress. My adopted mother had passed away, but my birth mother was very excited about the marriage. And I told this joke at the wedding. I said that if my ma was alive, she would have said, "You couldn't wear a dress on your wedding? For your mother, you couldn't wear a dress? She's wearing a dress, but not you." So we got married in Woodstock, New York. We went back to the nation. And we were married under a chuppah. A chuppah is a canopy. I'm also a Jew, and I am a rabbi. And so we were married under the chuppah, which symbolizes the marriage and the commitment of two people, because in Judaism, marriage is something that we all celebrate at a marriage. It's as if you're getting married again, those of you who came to witness our marriage. And what I felt in that room, as we said our vows in Hebrew, as we lit the candle, as we put into our ketubah, which is our marriage contract, how we would love, support, care, defend one another. I felt love. It wasn't political. It was personal. It was the love of family and friends who had come to witness our marriage. And as the rabbi, we had two rabbis, I was covering all bases. As the rabbi said to us, this marriage is for all of you because you are welcoming this couple into the family, into the community of Jews. And so it had a very serious symbolic attachment to it. What was interesting is that when we were flying back from Colorado, flying back from New York to Colorado, every time our plane passed over another state, our marriage status changed. We were married here, we were married there, we were civilly partnered, we were domestically partnered. It's crazy making, absolutely crazy making. And so when we got back to Colorado, my wife and I decided that we were going to do something that we never thought we would do. We decided to sue the state of Colorado to get rid of the constitutional ban against our relationship and, quite frankly, our family. And so we found 8 other couples. We were known as the Colorado Nine. We were old, we were young, we had children, some of us didn't. Some people were married in other states, and some people tried to get married in Colorado and were barred. And so we went ahead and we sued the state of Colorado. Now, I'm not going to tell you what happened until the very end to hold your interest. But the same arguments were made in our case, as were made in the 17 other cases in the United States. And here's what they were from the no side. The purpose of marriage is to procreate. Really? The purpose of marriage is to procreate. This is important for the no campaign because if they accept the other social goods of marriage, they can't hammer in on the difference. Marriage is about love and companionship and offspring, and I'm quoting Thomas Aquinas. But you don't just focus on one. If you did as a state, then why would you allow single people to marry? Why would you allow infertile people to marry? Why would you allow people over the age of 60, women in particular, postmenopausal women to marry? We can't reproduce. Or as the lawyer on the side of Colorado said, well, there is such a thing as the fertile octogenarian. And my response was, yes, that may be true that men will still shoot live bullets, but women cannot connect with them. So what is this thing about procreation? It's a ruse. It's false. It's not about truth. The other issue, that children do better in a home raised by males and females. I have the amicus brief of the American Sociological Association, which lists 45 studies that say there is no difference in cognitive development, emotional development, health development, or even religious development. This I will share with the no side, perhaps to educate them as to fact, not fiction. I don't have enough time to go through everything. 8 minutes is never enough to be able to give a history of what it's like to be disfavored and to be considered disordered. But if you believe in justice, if you believe that Ireland will give to the next generation conceptions of fairness and equality in civil society, then please, when you go into that voting booth, use your head and your heart and vote for equality. Thank you.